Okay, I'd like to call this meeting of council to order. Point out that Deputy Mayor Fraze is not here this evening as he's dealing with a medical concern. And acknowledge that City of Winkler is situated on Treaty 1 land, the home of the Anishinaabe, the Cree, Ojibwe, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect the treaties that have been made on these territories, but acknowledge that there have been harms and mistakes in the past. And we rededicate ourselves to a future based on respect of all peoples, including Indigenous communities, in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration, moving forward to a harmonious, prosperous future together. Be it resolved that the agenda for the regular council meeting of October 24th, 2023 be adopted. Mover.
Marvin.
Second.
Peter.
I think Don got that one. I'd like to add one item as item 14.1. Specifically with regard to Deputy Mayor Fraze. Do we have any other additions to the agenda? No. Not seeing any? All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting of October 10th, 2023 be adopted. Mover.
Don Fair.
Second.
Peter.
You see them attached. Does anybody have questions or comments on those minutes? All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that accounts payable in the amount of $197,389.33 as approved by the Finance Committee be approved for payment. Mover.
Don Friesen.
Second.
I can help.
I think that may well be one of the smallest we've ever had, so that part is great. The register, as always, is attached. You can review if you have any questions. Do we have any comments on it? All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the following amendments be made to Schedule A and B of the Fees and Charges Bylaw number 2285-22. Mover?
Don Friesen.
Second?
Michael.
Okay, you see them attached. Jody, is there anything specifically we need to be aware of here?
I think most of what you see here has been addressed at committee levels already. I don't know if there's anything further to add, Scott.
Small change for the.
Do you want to note that,
Scott,
please?
I'll ask you to come to the microphone.
There is a minor change from the planning committee minutes that were adopted for the wastewater and water treatment reserve levies. They were slightly reduced to incorporate existing capital contributions from industrial service agreements.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Scott Taves, Director of Planning and Engineering for the City of Winkler. Thank you for that additional information. Your schedules excuse me. Your schedules A, B, C, D, and E are attached. Any additional questions or thoughts? All in favor? Carried. That will take us to police and fire. Be it resolved that the Winkler Fire Department report for September 2023 be received for information. Mover?
Don Fair.
Second.
Michael.
Anything in that report we should be particularly aware of?
Well, there's our new recruits that we have. They all passed their firefighting practical testing. And the
Excellent.
hazmat part of their level 1 training is all what they have left to complete, and then they're full-fledged firefighters.
Very nice.
And they just did the hazmat part this past weekend. And
Oh, they
I guess
did?
We're waiting
Yeah.
results on that, so.
Nice.
In the meantime, they've been responding to calls, and there's been a number of them since they were able to respond.
Right. It's been
They got to
awesome
dive
have
right
them.
in.
Yeah.
And it was in a period when we're being careful with our water, with the infrastructure work that we're doing, and then to have a fire the size that we did on Roblin Boulevard, it was really nice to be able to have our mutual aid partners in Altona and Morton come out to support us. Ultimately, my understanding is that all we needed from them was 1 tanker of water each, and there was never any concern from our own water levels, but it was through an abundance of caution that the chief called in those supports. It's nice to be able to have confidence that in situations like that we have great leaders who make sure that we're fully looked after.
And I think as well, didn't we, Marvin, we had mutual aid for the St. Jean elevator fire as well, that we were called in there.
Right, yeah.
We responded in kind.
Yeah, we were the mutual aid responders.
Right.
They had Morris, Altona, Winkler, Morden, and Gretna, and so on. They were all,
Wow.
but they needed our aerial. That helped to get it down because we could reach out and reach up.
Apparently, there was a week-long,
Days later, it was still.
yeah, there was about a week they were saying that it took till they finally extinguished everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that
Either way.
mutual aid in that case extends from community to community. As we responded with mutual aid, other communities to the west of us responded with tankers on standby for our community.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It is tremendously good that we have well-trained, well-equipped services, not just here in our community, but in our surrounding communities, that we're all able to support each other in that regard and be able to keep our communities safe. I note as well that our calls are down just the touch still, year-to-date from last year. I know 173 last year to 147. It's nice to be down a touch because I know last year we had a very busy year. So,
Yeah. But we're up again. We're up to about 165-ish already now.
okay.
Yeah, so it's,
Okay. Anything further? All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the swamp minutes for the October 18th, 2023 meeting be received for information. Mover?
Peter?
Second.
Michael?
Anything there, Peter, we should be aware of or take particular note of?
It's been a while since you've seen swamp landfill minutes. We've had some turnover there. We have a new manager in place. Francis Fair has taken that spot. Right now, they're busy prepping for winter. And bottom line is waste is down. Even with our growth, waste is down. I guess that's due to our recycling efforts.
Excellent.
Composting, so.
Very nice. Any
Yeah.
comments or questions?
I had a chance to talk to your new manager, and I think he's going to do very well. He's really excited about doing a lot of the needed things, make sure things run smoothly, so.
Yeah,
It's good,
he's already done some very positive things there, so.
yeah.
Well, even the
Good to see.
courses that he's taking as well, which is a very good
Yep.
thing. He gave me a tour of it with like all the technical pieces of that whole area, not just the where they collect the trash. It's all the drainage and all that is properly taken care of. It's
Yeah, the leachate ponds. and-
leaching ponds, yeah.
Nice.
It's a much bigger job than just pushing garbage on a pile. It's,
Okay, all in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the planning committee minutes for the October 19th, 2023 meeting be adopted. Mover?
Don Friesen?
Second.
Dawn Fair?
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Don, anything we should note?
Not much. You can fly your plane a little lower, maybe, coming in, without hopefully banging it. Well, no, we gotta move some things first. Not
Yeah,
yet.
watch the trees.
Yeah, height restrictions, stuff like that, some proposed changes on fees. Other than that, yeah, kind of self-explanatory.
Okay.
Nothing too earth-shattering.
Any questions of the rest of council? All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that bylaw 2308-23 be given first reading.
I'd like to step out to proceed.
Councillor Friesen has declared a desire to step out. I will note that he has left this room and ask now for a mover to be it resolved that bylaw 2308-23 be given first reading. Mover?
Don Fair?
Second?
Marvin?
Okay, this is a rezoning for 119 and 135 Victoria Street. First reading puts it on the floor. It allows us to advertise for it and then to be able to have the hearings at the next meeting. Any comments before we close? All in favor? That is carried.
Should I go get him, or?
I will,
Scott will go get him.
please. And I will note that Councillor Friesen has rejoined the meeting. Be it resolved that Community Services Committee minutes for the September 19th, 2023 meeting be adopted. Mover.
Peter?
Second.
Marvin?
Either of you or anybody else at council have some comments on the minutes that are there? Again, fairly straightforward in terms of what's happening. Lots of things happening, as you can see in your updates. Not seeing anything further. All in favor? That is carried. We don't have any delegations today. That would take us to item 14, the addition that I asked to put onto the agenda. I'll read the whereases as well, because you haven't had an opportunity to review it prior. Whereas the Municipal Act in Section 94(1)A requires council to grant, by resolution, leave for any member of council who will miss 3 or more consecutive regular council meetings in order to prevent such member from being disqualified. And whereas Deputy Mayor Andrew Fraze needs to attend to personal health concerns, therefore be it resolved that Deputy Mayor Andrew Fraze be granted leave from the regular meetings of council, beginning with the regular meeting of council held October 24th, tonight, up to and including any regular meeting of councils to the end of December 2023. Mover.
Don Friesen?
Second.
Marvin?
This is fairly self-explanatory. Andrew is dealing with some health concerns. As he deals with those concerns, the most important thing is that he's able to deal with that from his own health point of view, with his family, and with his job, in order to give him the room to need that, to do that, and to be able to deal properly with it. He's asked for a leave. I believe this makes sense. I'll give each of council an opportunity to speak if they so desire.
Just want to wish Andrew well, him and his family well during this
Absolutely.
journey. And prayers go to him and his family.
I appreciate that, Don. Thank you.
Yeah, I echo those comments, for sure.
And I as well. Andrew, we wish you well. We hope you hurry up and get better and get back here, because we got lots of stuff for you to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Crying out loud.
Exactly.
No, that's good.
Okay. All those in favor? And that is carried. That then brings us to our other business and an opportunity for a community spotlight to have a presentation from Winkler Arts and Culture. Alicia and team, I'll ask you to come make your presentation.
Hey. Did everybody rake their lawns today?
Oh,
Yeah,
We're
no.
gonna wait till tomorrow.
I swear every third house as I drove here today either had a rake or a broom or whatever they could to get those leaves all
Yes.
cleaned up. My husband was in the back too. He was,
I wait for mine to blow across the street.
oh yeah? Convenient, hey?
Yeah.
Michael lives across the street from us.
Just for the purpose of everyone listening, the presenter is
Sure.
Alicia Hildebrandt, who is the manager at Winkler Arts and Culture.
Yeah, my name is Alicia. I'm the executive director there. Jody, do we have a clicker by chance?
I'm trying to connect it
Okay.
right now,
Okay.
actually.
Just make a clicking sound.
I'll maybe just say I'll just kind of,
Yep,
okay.
if I can get it working, I'll bring it over.
For sure, thanks. So Winkler Arts and Culture is very familiar to all of you. We are a volunteer organization whose mission is focused on providing opportunities to share art, thanks, in its various forms while celebrating the culture that brings art alive. Winkler Arts and Culture is dedicated to providing opportunities to teach, share, and celebrate artistic cultural expression through education programs and community space. Winkler Arts and Culture is a board-led organization with a small but mighty team. We have myself as executive director. We also have Katie Beckert as a program coordinator. She's on a 6-month term. And then we have our board. Familiar face, Ray Dirksen, most of you probably know who he is. And Valerie, our long-standing board members. Brian Clausen is our treasurer. Nora Johnson is a member. Jacob DeBecker. And the famous Don Friesen is our city rep.
And famous.
All right, so Winkler Arts and Culture was born out of a shared love for the arts. They believe that the arts and culture can have a profound impact. The Winkler Arts Club was born out of the shared love for the arts. They believe that arts and culture can have a profound impact on our local community. They saw not only art as a form of expression, but as a bridge that connects people from all walks of life, languages, and backgrounds. It is a medium through which we can better understand one another and the world around us. Back in 2015, Ray Dirksen, alongside a passionate group of individuals from the Winkler Arts Club, came together to share a common dream. They dreamt of a community where arts and culture could thrive, where creators of all levels could find a place of belonging, and where every individual has the opportunity to explore their artistic potential. This dream brought their vision, as you can see, to life, and is now known as the Winkler Arts and Culture. I always look at this and I think, what a proven statement that imagination has no limits when it comes to envisioning a space. I don't think I would have ever seen an art gallery if I would have walked into that building the way it is. But he saw it, so.
Not liking it.
I'm not sure where it's not clicking. Oh, perfect. Thanks to a strong community from the city, thanks to a strong contribution from the city, its members, and the government support, Winkler Arts and Cultures opened its doors in 2016. This collaborative effort was a testament to what it means to build community together. Throughout the years, Winkler Arts and Culture has seen many changes. Our front space and butterfly garden wouldn't be what it would be today without the tireless years of dedication from the Horticultural Society. I just want to thank them. I know they've done years of work. Just want to make sure I'm noting that. Live. Winkler Arts and Culture was developed in order to be an accessible place of belonging for artists and creators of all ages. Our indoor space has seen countless artists from all ages find a place of belonging and share their art with those living within Winkler and visitors alike, whether it be through the gallery space or as an added revenue source through the community gift shop. Celebrate and preserve the heritage of our city. Winkler Arts and Culture will always be known as a space which held the iconic Winkler Water Tower. Enhances overall learning experiences for students in the community and providing educational programs and workshops for all ages. We've also seen artists expand their talents by teaching others. Winkler Arts and Culture has transformed its space to provide art classes for those of all abilities. Supports emerging artists and creators in the community with an established membership program. Attracts tourists and outsiders by enhancing the community's reputation and visibility. Serves as a venue for community events, performances, and exhibitions by reducing the need to rent external spaces, making events more accessible. We have hosted coffee house concerts for thriving musicians and cultural gathering spaces for local ethnocultural groups, just to name a few. These opportunities wouldn't be possible without a space like this. 2023 and a snapshot. So in 2023, Winkler Arts and Cultures received $30,000 from the City of Winkler as an investment in the ongoing needs of Winkler Arts and Culture. The impact of this funding included strong support for the day-to-day operations, the development of an after-school arts program, regular exhibits cultivating a wide range of mediums, the development of a local exhibit, as well as the expansion of our gift shop, extended hours, new collaborations and partnerships with local businesses and organizations, educational tours with local schools, and the new newcomer welcome evening, as well as, that's just to name a few. So these are just some highlights of the things that have happened in 2023. We've had 12 workshops ranging from all ages, and it held over 100 participants in total. We had monthly exhibits with a wide range of artists and mediums. We had an Indigenous exhibit on the left there, and then we had the Faces of Winkler exhibit on the right. We had 11 after-school art classes, each ranging 6 weeks long, which brought in a sold-out class of over 10 kids in each of the classes. So definitely I recognized very quickly coming in that that was a continuous need. I know that that existed before I got there, but the demand was quite high, and we continued to bring that up, and parents just ate it up. They loved it. We had 6 weeks of summer art classes, 2 classes in each week, so we had 12 classes, which brought in about 70 to 100% capacity in each of the class. We also did a new initiative called Chalk the City, and it brought over 230 entries from all over Winkler. We created a program called Artability, and so we go into different organizations. We started with Gateway every other month just to bring an art influence workshop to the guys that are there. And as you can see, Anne-Marie's loving her watercolor print that she made. We've had 10 rentals ranging from community events, concerts, and workshops. We had that picture there is Bloom Floral did a floral workshop through a whole gallery. It was beautiful. We did Eden's first mental health week at our organization as well, which was a success. And lots of partnerships with the business community as well. We also had a demand for tours from schools, which is really cool. We had a unique art exhibit, which is still happening, called Multi-Grains of Energy at the exhibit. And we had, I believe, 6 class tours, which were led by the artist herself. She came out from Winnipeg and taught the individuals about the art and the skill in creating that art, but also did workshops as well. And they created their own seated art, which was very cool. And we hope to do that in the next year as well, just to continue that relationship with the school divisions and schools within the area as a place of education. And then we also introduced Newcomer Welcome Evening, as well as provide a space for conversation groups with regional connections. And if you don't already know, we won the Non-for-Profit Award for the 2023 PWN's awards, and we're very excited to celebrate next month with everyone here.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then just a couple testimonies from some of the participants this year. We had a egg painting workshop, Ukrainian egg painting workshop. Tristan, Ireland, I know it's hard to read, but it says, my favorite part of the event was learning about the Ukraine culture and history and the art of painting Sansky. I get that wrong every time, I'm sorry. And then Nora in the after school program was saying she really enjoyed multiple pieces in one, really enjoyed creating multiple pieces in one sitting and the freedom to draw and paint what she wanted. And so that was the mixed media class. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Any questions?
I just want to thank you for being a fresh breath into the Winkler Arts and Culture. I just love the way you think outside the box, and that's what makes it successful. And thinking outside the box and plugging in as many people throughout our community as you can. So, thanks.
Yeah, great, thanks.
And I would just, I get to work with Leisha, and I just, the energy and the excitement and the partnerships that you have created in our community has been, is priceless. And I know if we'd let go of the reins and give you even more money, you'd do a lot more. But, you know, but you're hunting down grants, stuff like that, which is great. Looking for revenue streams, you know, which I love. You know, it's just been a real treat and pleasure to meet you and get to work with you, Alicia. You're doing a bang-up job there, that's for
Thanks,
sure.
Don. And Don.
When are the newcomer evenings?
So they're the third Wednesday of every month. And so there's another one coming up now in November. And then we'll probably take a break in December just to allow holiday celebrations to exist. It's just a busy time for everyone. And then start up again in January. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a neat idea. It's not art by itself or in and of itself, but it's a really neat place for you to host that and to
Yeah,
bring it in.
it's been a really, I've, coming from Regional Connections when I worked there for as many years as I did, it definitely was a need for that place of belonging. I mean, I know Central Station does their community meal and that's great, but it's so full and it's so busy, and sometimes the questions that you have about the community get, you know, it's a social opportunity more than an information night. And this newcomer welcome meeting is a great way for newcomers. You don't even have to be from another country, you can be from another community. I strongly believe that you could travel 20 minutes and still feel like a newcomer when you walk into just another community, because not knowing where the parks and where the schools and the bylaws and all these things, those are new to each and unique to each community. And so we had our first one in September, and yeah, we had newcomer families come, and we also had people that just moved. And one of the biggest messages that I got from that evening was, you know, what made you choose Winkler? And it was safety. It was a safety thing. We had an individual move from Winnipeg, and he said, "This place is safer for me. I can walk down the street, and I don't have to feel unsafe." So that's the kind of stuff you'll get from these kind of evenings. And yeah, very excited to keep it going. Yeah.
That's good to ask questions. I like that because, you know, it gives us you know, more insight of why people move here, and it should be an encouragement to all of us.
Yeah, and we want people to stay, and we want people to feel that sense of belonging here, right?
Exactly.
So creating these things on a month-to-month basis just allows for that. I have a question, you know, I'm not sure if I can change schools. I don't know if, you know, for example, now the bylaws over the winter's changing a little bit, right, with the snow removals. And so to be able to see, like, I can go to this place, I can meet you guys, right? Or I can just ask the questions and get the information, or at least where to find the information. That's the biggest win. And it's little effort when you think about it on our part, but big rewards at the end of it. And so, yeah.
Thank you very much
Yeah.
for your presentation here today, but also the activity, the energy, the enthusiasm we see around what's happening around Winkler Arts and Culture. It's gratifying, and then as Don already said, the investment this year into the arts and culture and your programming has paid huge dividends. We're very appreciative of it and thankful, and wish you well as we go into next year.
Great, thanks, Henry.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Have
you.
a good evening.
Yeah.
That brings us to media, questions from the media or public relevant to this meeting of council. Not seeing anything here. Wendy, do we have anything online? I will then say, be it resolved that this regular meeting of council be adjourned. Mover.
Michael?
Second.
Peter?